This is the Get Started video for the Singer M2100 sewing machine. In this video, we'll begin with a quick overview of the machine and its main parts. Then we'll show you how to wind and insert the bobbin and how to thread the top of the machine. This will be followed by selecting stitches, sewing a buttonhole, changing presser feet, and changing needles. For more information, a full instruction manual is available on the Singer website to view or download anytime. So now let's get started. Before we get started sewing, let's take a quick look at some of the main parts of your machine. We're going to first plug it in over here on the side, and then press this switch to turn the machine on. Up at the top, you have two different spool pins. You can use either one. This is where you put your thread spool. This is a thread guide. This is the bobbin winding spindle and the bobbin winding stopper, and we'll talk more about those when we get ready to wind the bobbin. Over here is your hand wheel, and you always turn this toward you. The hand wheel is used to manually move the needle up and down. This is your reverse lever, the stitch selector dial, used to pick the stitch you want to sew, the thread tension dial, your carry handle, the bobbin winding tension disc, another thread guide, the thread take-up lever, here's a thread cutter, and in here you'll find your presser foot lifter, used to raise and lower the presser foot. It actually has another setting, extra high, if you want to sew thicker layers. This is your presser foot and presser foot holder. Here is your removable storage compartment, and you simply slide it to the left to take it off the end of the machine if you want to sew hems and cuffs. The removable storage compartment has a door in the back that you can open and then store the accessories that came with your machine. If you'd like more information, you can check out the full instruction manual, which is available on the Singer website.
Hi, I'm Kelly, and this is the owner's class for the Singer Start 1304 sewing machine. We're going to go through a couple of the basic things about your machine, like how to get it threaded, how to select a stitch, how to wind your bobbin, and also how to make a buttonhole, plus much more. In the box are two great resources for you. You have your instruction manual with all kinds of information about your machine, and then you also have your quick start guide, which will help you get your machine threaded quickly. Now let's take a quick tour of your machine. Let's take a closer look at your machine. To the right of your machine is the port for your foot control and your power cord. So we can plug that in and press our power switch. Above your power switch is your hand wheel. You always want to turn the hand wheel towards you or counterclockwise. This is used to manually raise and lower your take-up lever and your needle. On top of your machine is your bobbin winding spindle, which we'll talk about a little bit later. There's a thread guide, two spool pins. This is your carrying handle. This is your bobbin winding tension disc and a thread guide. In the front of your machine is your reverse lever. This is your stitch selector dial. Let's look at the stitches that come on your machine. You have three different straight stitches, short, medium, and long. You also have three different zigzag stitches, narrow, medium, and wide. This is your multi-stitch zigzag. And this is our blind hem stitch. This is a really nice decorative scallop stitch. And finally, you have a 4-step buttonhole, which we'll do a little bit later. This is your presser foot, and to the back of your machine is your presser foot lifter. So we can raise and lower our presser foot. Think of it this way, whenever you're not sewing or whenever you're threading your machine, you always want to keep your presser foot up or in park. Whenever we go to sew, we want to lower our presser foot and then we can drive or we can start sewing. In the front of your machine is your removable storage compartment. This is a hinged door that reveals your bobbin holder. It also shows you your bobbin case. We'll wind a bobbin in a moment. When you open your removable storage compartment, you'll see all the different accessories that come with your machine, like some extra needles, some extra bobbins, and some feet.
Welcome to the owner's class video for the Singer Stylist Model 7258 sewing machine. In this video, we're going to go over what you need to know to get started, such as winding the bobbin, threading the needle, selecting a stitch, changing the needle, and more. Let's start by taking a tour of the machine. The first thing we're going to do is plug in our power cord and plug in the foot control and turn the machine on. And you'll know the machine is on when the screen and light come on. Here's the hand wheel that you will always turn towards you, the bobbin winding stopper, the bobbin winding spindle, the carry handle, the spool pin where we'll put our spool of thread, the bobbin winding tension disc, a metal threading guide, another metal guide, our tension dial, which allows us to fine-tune the look of our stitches, and the take-up lever. This is very important when we thread our machine, so we'll go over more about this later. The reverse lever, which allows you to sew in reverse, and also acts as a tie-off for decorative stitches. The speed control, which allows you to set the maximum speed of your machine. To the right is faster, to the left is slower. The programmable needle up-down button, which allows you to choose whether or not to have the needle stop in the up or down position when you stop sewing. The start-stop button, which allows you to sew without the foot control on the machine. Down here we have the built-in needle threader, your needle, the all-purpose foot, the presser foot lifter, which allows you to raise and lower your presser foot, and a bobbin comes already in the machine. On our panel, we have our stitch selector buttons, and to the right we have this circle of buttons. The up and down arrow allow you to increase or decrease your stitch length, and the right and left allow you to increase or decrease your stitch width. On the front of the machine, we have the removable storage compartment, which when removed exposes the free arm, which is very useful when sewing cuffs and pant hems. If we open up the storage compartment, we have additional accessories inside, such as additional bobbins and presser feet. Let's take a look at some of those presser feet. In addition to the all-purpose foot that already comes on your machine, you get a satin stitch foot, used for sewing satin stitches and decorative stitches, a zipper foot, used for inserting zippers, and it can also be used for inserting piping, a gathering foot, which can be used to gather a layer of fabric, and can also be used to gather a layer of fabric while sewing it to a flat piece of fabric, a blind hem foot, used to sew blind hems, an overcasting foot, which can create seams and seam finishing using your overcasting stitches, a straight stitch foot, which is particularly useful when sewing sheers and lightweight fabrics, a rolled hem foot, which is used for creating a rolled hem, a darning and embroidery foot, which is used for freehand sewing and freehand embroidery, and a buttonhole foot, used for sewing buttonholes.
Create a wide variety of sewing projects with Singer's heavy-duty sewing machine. At 1,100 stitches per minute, this machine sews faster than standard sewing machines. The heavy-duty motor allows this machine to sew through heavyweight fabrics with ease. From silk to cotton to denim, the Singer heavy-duty sewing machine can handle it all. Fabrics effortlessly slide across the machine arm with the built-in stainless steel metal plate. Singer's signature heavy-duty aluminum frame means the internal rigid support holds all the mechanisms in perfect alignment for skip-free sewing and overall durability. After easily threading the machine, you'll be ready to sew in no time with the automatic needle threader. And when you're ready to sew a buttonhole, just insert a button into the foot, and away you go with the fully automatic one-step buttonhole. Attach buttons in just seconds with the button sewing foot. With nearly 24 basic, stretch, and decorative stitches, this machine is perfect for home dec, crafts, fashion sewing, and more. Singer is sewing made easy.